Real quick, before we get into it, these are all opinions and should not be taken seriously, so don't get your panties in a bunch. Alright boys, I'm back, and this time I am talking to you about everyone's favorite Bentley driver, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, and if he should return to the WWE. This question has a long answer, but if you're looking for the short version, then it's no. Vince should not return to the WWE. However, let's dissect this question and go over the positives and negatives associated with a Vince McMahon return. The product right now is the worst it has ever been. We are scraping the bottom of the barrel at the moment, and somehow I don't believe we have reached the lowest of the lows yet. I see this product and company going deeper and deeper into the abyss as long as Triple H is in charge. And I know we were all hoping for some good news. Maybe the failures of WrestleMania finally woke up TKO, leading to Triple H getting the boot, forgotten and retired in shame due to his creative failures. But since we can't have anything good, that didn't happen. The exact opposite happened. Recently, it was reported that Triple H signed a new multi-year extension with TKO. So we are stuck with Triple H and his awful creative for years to come. I hate this company. And Vince would save the product. Of course, Vince would save the product. Vince can run circles around his son-in-law. Hell, a blind goldfish can come up with better creative than Triple H. But Triple H's failures should not blind us to the truth. And the truth is that towards the end of Vince's career, he was awful when he came to creative. Let's not allow nostalgia to make us forget how bad McMahon was towards the end. Do you remember the endless Roman Reigns big dog era? It took years for McMahon to finally get Roman over. And the rise of Roman was not the only thing that he messed up. That whole time, the company never made any stars. Only Roman, which took years. No other wrestler was built up. No notable storyline took place. Matches and feuds were stale. Everything from that era is a blur. Nothing memorable, nothing of note. It was slop. Vince at the end clearly didn't care. He was either too old or too tired to come up with anything good. Hell, Vince was also the guy that gave us Brock Lesnar's dominance over the main event scene, where he never showed up to work. There was no real champion on TV for years because Vince McMahon allowed it. Brock took the belt, left, and came back whenever he felt like it. It was straight up donkey. Vince should not be given a pass because of how great he was at his prime, or because of how bad Triple H is right now. McMahon gave us garbage for years at the end. He should not come back in any form if it has to do with creative. WWE doesn't need what used to work. WWE is a dying company. They're not growing or coasting. They are losing fans by the day due to terrible creative. WWE needs something new. Someone new. They need to hire someone that wants it. Someone that is hungry. Someone that will change up the status quo, that will bring fans to their product and not drive them away, like Vince did towards the end, or how Triple H is currently doing right now. Creative needs a hard reboot, and McMahon is not the one that is needed right now. We need something new, fresh, and exciting. But, and there is always a but, Vince should not come back as a creative, but he should come back as a character on TV, such as a manager. Vince can be the biggest heel in wrestling right now, not only because he is McMahon and he could always play the heel, but they have a golden opportunity to use real life to their advantage. However, this storyline only works if the allegations against Vince McMahon are dropped. We all know the issues that McMahon has been facing in real life. I am not going to go into detail about it because that shit is nasty, but just imagine the level of heat he can get on TV if they bring it up and use it for a storyline. It's going to be juicy. I can see it right now. Vince, the dirty millionaire, used his money and influence to get away with it, forced himself back into the WWE, and is currently ruining the product and screwing over the babyfaces. Wrestling is always at its best when it's imitating real life. What's more real than the upper class using its money and influence to get away with their ungodly behaviors? The storyline writes writes itself, and at the end, you can have the babyface go over with Vince getting what's coming to him. It could work if you pair him up with the right wrestlers, but that's just one idea. You can do so much with Vince as a heel on TV. So should Vince come back to the WWE? No, if he has any creative control or power. Yes, if he is just going to be a performer and is willing to do the job. But if he never comes back, it will be the biggest what if in wrestling history. And like everyone else, I have also heard the rumors of Vince trying to buy back the WWE with the help of the Saudis. I really doubt that will happen. Not the Saudis buying the WWE, but Vince working with them to buy the WWE. Because Vince is already 80 years old. Is he really going to deal with the WWE in his late 80s? As he gets up there more and more, how much more does he have in him? And he still needs to deal with his legal issues before even thinking about the WWE. So I really doubt he will buy back the WWE. The Saudis will most likely scoop it up in a couple of years, but I doubt McMahon will be associated with it.